Is this win going to be inked on one of your feet?
That's the silliest question ever. Of course it is. No, it's always up to the players to make that choice for me. And the 3 previous times I've not been in the playoffs, and, it's always, when you win or lose, it's always, nice to experience something like this. But I've had enough of doing this. I'm fed up of being, labelled as the coach that keeps teams up. It's a great honour. And especially when you don't know the circumstances that are involved in this. There's things that happens off the field that's very, very detrimental to football, to the technical team, and the players families. So we've learnt the hard way. We got in the playoffs. We've won against a very, very tough team to play against. Very direct team, very one. Persona team, as in Tux, but we kept going. We kept trying. We never gave up, and like I said, the players deserve every bit of credit today because they got the result. And the pleasing thing is we kept a clean sheet as well, which was good.
So just what are those things that you're talking about that are detrimental to football?
I think it's been well publicised, but it's not for me to say. But there's things that's happened at the club that we've made mistakes. Everybody's made mistakes, and we need to rectify that. We need to rectify that to move forward. The club was under a lot of pressure. We've been under a lot of pressure. My players have been under immense pressure to perform. But the way that they've played for me has been fantastic. The only thing that's been missing is that goal scoring opportunities where what you need. We've played so well in games, we've dominated games, we've out-created in games, we've out-played good teams in games, but we've always made a mistake and got punished, and we've not finished the game off. So today was about hard work, and it was about wanting to win, and the players did that today.
Coach, the status of Mandisile, obviously had a knock, came back on, went back off.
Look, that's Mandisile for you. I don't know if you know this, but his father passed away last week. His funeral service should have been Saturday when we were in Cape Town, and he decided that he wanted to be there for the squad, be there for the team. Yes, he made the mistakes, but he sacrificed his father's burial, to play for Swallows, which shows his character. I can't believe he came back on, but that's the guy that Mandisile is. He's a honest professional. The doctor maybe made the wrong decision to bring him back on, but if Mandisile says he wants to play, Mandisile will play. But it was the right decision to bring him off, and you could see he was on my shoulder. He was in tears. I mean, proper crying. Because it meant so much to him. And,
is that the continuity for the hug? Why you gave him such a long hug after the final whistle?
He was crying his eyes out. Not tears of joy, just tears of relief, tears of, the pressure. Like I said, we've been under. I mean, it was proper emotional crying. And it shows the character of these players. It shows the character of the players that we have. It's not all been a bed of roses of this for us this year since I came, but you can't beat characters, and Mandisile is just one character. There was 11 characters out there playing, and there was 9 characters on the bench, and the likes of young Mbele. When I left him out the squad yesterday, another one, he was in tears, he was heartbroken. So I think everybody knew how much this game was for us today, and thanks for Tux for giving us a good game, and we overcame it.
And the issue of goals, which obviously you mentioned before and many times that it's always been a problem at Swallows. Going into the new season, do you think that could help for you obviously to look into it and try to get a new personnel for that role?
It has to, because the tempo that we play and the way we play, you've all seen it. We've always been the best teams as far as attacking. yes, we're going to make mistakes, but we make 1 or 2 mistakes and get punished. We let other teams off 13, 14 chances in and around the penalty area. You saw it today. You know, we created a lot of good chances, but didn't have that look, didn't have that, you know, that extra cutting edge. But yeah, we've got to, you know, do some serious homework to bring the right player. I mean, you get inundated with foreigners, with local players, and you've seen this past couple of weeks, you know, the changes of management, the changes of players, very, very good players getting released from clubs. You know, and one of the things that I'm pleased to, you know, about what we've been doing is that we ended up second bottom, we're in the playoffs, but I've got, I think, 7 players that are wanted by other teams. So it proves that, you know, that we've been doing a good job on the field. But next year we've got to identify one major area, and that's goal scoring.
Coach, talking about next year, or next season, does it mean your contract situation has been sorted out, or you're still going to or you're still going to discuss these issues? What is your contract situation?
No, my contract's finished at the end of the season. You know, I came for 6 months. You know, it's something that, you know, we both agreed, you know, me and the chairman, but, you know, I need to go home, you know, to the UK. I've got some personal issues that I need to solve, you know, from, you know, 29 months I've been here now. You know, it's been a long time since I've been home, and since my mum passed away, I've not been able to go home and sort my personal life out for myself. So that's an issue I've got to deal with next week, and then it's up to the chairman. You know, you know, in football, there's so many coaches looking for jobs now. You know, the chairman, I'm hoping he's happy with what we've done. I hope he's happy the way that we've played. Nobody wants to be in this situation, and I don't want to ever be in this situation again. But you know, it's been a recurring, you know, past 4 clubs. You know, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. 6 months. You know, I'd like to start a season because I believe that someone needs to challenge Sundowns. Someone needs to challenge, you know, the Cape Town Cities, the Chiefs, Pirates, all the top 8 teams. You know, and I believe in myself, and I believe in these players that we have. Plus or minus, some will go, some will stay. You know, but we need to build, you know, a Swallows team that's remembered for the past. We need to build a Swallows team now for the future. So we need to have a pathway, we need to have a plan, we need to have an agenda, and we need to identify the right people to come into this club and take the club forward.
If you are to stay coach, what should be avoided for Swallows not to find themselves in the situation that they find themselves?
Making mistakes. We've made a lot of mistakes, you know, and it's hard. It's hard in this environment where there's only Sundowns and then everybody else is alike for alike. Barocca got relegated. You know, they could have survived. You know, TS Galaxy and Maritzburg, they could have been relegated or in the playoffs, but they survived. So it's a like for like. You know, we've got to be teams in Europe, teams in the best leagues have got to be nastier. They've got to be, you know, a lot more evil in how they play. You know, not wanting to lose, but wanting to entertain and wanting to score goals. We've entertained the viewing public, but we've always either drawn the game or we've lost the game through our own fault. You know, but there's things that's happening at the club that, you know, don't need to happen in football. There's a brand here, the Premier Soccer League. It's a Premier Soccer League. It's a brand. We need to get the fans back for one. We need to get the supporters in the stadium. We need to make the PSL the beacon of African football, because it's shown all over Africa. You know, we don't see Moroccan football, we don't see Tunisian football, we don't see Kenyan, Rwandan. You know, we see Ethiopian. You know, we don't see any other countries in Africa playing football, but the whole of the continent watches the PSL. You know, and we need that brand to shine. We need that brand, as the national team coach has said publicly. You know, he's very, very critical of the PSL, but he needs to come and join us for training. He needs to come and watch training. He needs to come and look at the players. You know, and I'm not just saying this because Dillan Solomon is on my right, but you know, Dillan Solomon for the last 6 months has been outstanding. You know, and You know, he should be given that opportunity, should be given that recognition. And you know, unless people come and watch training and come and look and learn about the character of players, about the attitude of players, you know, then we're never going to progress. We're never going to go forward. I mean, is it Castro that made a damning report about players coming to Kaiser Chiefs? That's shocking. That's absolutely shocking. I never came to training drunk. I never came to training, you know, not wanting to work. You know, it's not good for the image. It's not good for the national team. It's not good for the PSL, and it's not good for youngsters. You know, and we need youngsters to come and support the football, to get them into football. That's the only way we're going to get people back into the game. You know, and we've got to work together and make this happen.
What's your message to that young lad on his future?
Dylan, listen, he's you know, when Matlava left and my chairman was desperate for a right back, you know, he played against Orlando Pirates and I put him at right back, and he was absolutely outstanding, and he's been outstanding the whole season. You know, and it's an honour to play, to work with a player that's got a good attitude and wants to do well. I mean, he still wants to learn. That's what he told me. Last week we had a chat. He says, I still want to learn. I still want to be with people that I can grow and develop, because he's a young player. So, you know, credit to him, credit to everybody. You know, it's been a tough year. It's been a tough 6 months for me. But it's been a credit to work with these players.
Was there a formal response to the coach's utterances?
In what way?
When you spoke about what he needs to do, was it some sort of a message you're sending to him?
No, it's look. You don't want to stay at a different level. You know, obviously he's been linked with, you know, a lot of clubs. I think he's told me that, you know, his phone's been red hot.
No, I'm talking about the coach.
Broos.
Which coach?
Yeah.
Who?
Hugo Broos.
You said
The coach's comments.
his utterances about the other clubs.
Look, I mean, you know, Steve Compeller's mentioned something in the media, you know, about understanding, you know, African football. There's a lot of negativity of it. There's been a lot of plus points about it. You know, opinions. Everybody's got an opinion. You'll certainly have opinions. You might think I'm rubbish. I don't deserve to be here. You might think I'm brilliant. I should be here. It's all about opinions. But you know, from my position, you know, why comment on something when you're not coming to see, you know, the team and the players, you know, not coming to talk to myself and to my assistant and my captain, you know, to get to the makeup of, you know, these players like Dillan Solomon's, you know, what's his character like, what's his attitude like, you know. So it's like I said, football's all about opinions, you know, and I'm getting told off here for talking too much, but football's all about opinions. And like I say, he's the national team coach. He's got a very, very tough job ahead of him. But if we're going to succeed, he's got to pick the right people to do the right job against the opponents to win games and to qualify for the African Cup of Nations.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, what?
See, hey.
You still want to talk, Coach?
No, I'm going to go home to England.
Moreno is here.